Well, hello there. This is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. Guys, I'm super excited to see you today. Today in the studio, we are going to make our last Valentine's Day candle. Now, this Valentine's Day candle is going to blow your mind. When you see it, you are going to get so excited. But before we get into the Valentine's Day candle, guys, have you guys heard about the Patreon? If you have not heard about the Patreon, let me tell you all about it, y'all. Listen, that is where we gather, okay? If you want to look for a group of candle makers, skincare makers, when we get together, we have Zooms together, guys. The Zooms are completely free. If you are a member of the Patreon, you will not be lost. You get your vendors right there at your fingertips. You always get your fragrance on sale. You get clear. I just uploaded a company that was selling fragrance for under $8 a pound, and they had some really good fragrances on sale, and it's still there. So all of this kind of stuff is in the Patreon. If you want to know where to get your tallow at for cheap, where you can get your soap molds, and where you can get your candle stuff, all of that kind of stuff is in the Patreon. I do my due diligence and I search to get you guys the best prices. All of my classes are there. If you want to learn how to make candles and you don't want to struggle like everybody else, people try to make candles for over 2 years and they never get it. You can come in the Patreon and just get it tomorrow. I'm really serious. I really have short recipes in there. So you definitely will not be disappointed. Without further ado, guys, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel so you will not miss what's coming up, because we got a good soap coming up this week, y'all. We get ready to make some shampoo bars. You get the recipes for free. Listen, how could you complain with such a lovely thing going on? All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. So today we are going to do our last Valentine's Day candle, y'all. Yes, this is the very last one. I don't want to keep making Valentine's Day candles. Valentine's Day is one day out of the year, and baby, we will be left with product if we keep making and making and making. So this is our last candle. Let me get my hair out of it. This is our last candle. This candle is so beautiful, y'all. So basically what I did was I used a very thick wax, and we took that and we made some little sticks with candles. So each of these are going to be burned, okay? So right before Valentine's Day, I'm going to be burning these bad babies down, okay? They smell so good. You can sit it on the table. It can serve as decor, but it just honestly, really, it's like air freshener. It lights up the room. So these smell really good. This is very fun, inexpensive project. You just need to make sure that you have the right wick size. Nothing comes off of Amazon, so don't go on Amazon and buy any of your supplies. You won't be able to burn it down right. I have the right wicks for you guys. Fragrance loads, fragrance vendors. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so for these 3 silicone molds, I am using a wick. Now, I'm using a wick without a tab on it. You can use the wick without the tabs, but you will have to cut it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply thread that wick through this mold. So basically what you do is you take the needle, you push it all the way through, like basically break through the rubber. And I have a hole that's already in here, so I'm just pretty much finding a hole that I already made, so I don't make like a bunch of holes every time I make a candle. So I'm just pressing through that, and then I am going to pull. Now, I already went and I dipped this wick into some Parasoy wax. So I already did that part, and that is something that you will have to do, because when they send these wicks to you, they are not coated. And because they are not coated, they're just going to burn straight down. It's going to be a real weird burn. It's basically like burning cotton, burning fabric. It's not going to work. So I'm going to continue to do that with all 3 of these molds. Now, the one that's shaped like a rose, now I'll make sure I link these molds in the Patreon. The one that is shaped like a rose, I had to slit on the side just to make it easier to come out. Now, I did it regular at first, but then I realized I had to struggle. And whenever you start struggling with the wax, what you'll notice is it'll get bent and it'll be a little warped, and your flowers will be crooked and stuff like that. So just make those 2 splits on the side. All right, now this one, of course, like I said, same process. I use my scissors to cut, the excess wick off, and then I go around and I do it to the teddy bear the same way. Now, the interesting thing about this teddy bear mold is you could do so much with this mold. So I do advise, if you guys want to buy this for next Valentine's Day, or even just to have like a teddy bear candle, this is the perfect mold to use, okay? It is perfect. And I believe they came in a set of 3. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is go ahead and pour your wax into your silicone molds. And so when it comes down to the wax, I ended up going with a paraffin wax, because when you use a paraffin wax or a paraffin soy, as it cooled down, you could do so much with this wax. You could roll it up into a cinnamon roll. I mean, really, it's really pliable. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to get a skewer. Now, these are some wooden skewers, sticks, whatever. You could get them from Walmart. And I want to take this and I'm just going to poke it through the candle. And I'm not going to poke it all the way through, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit this down until it cooled off. And that is what you're going to do with each piece, okay? I did make a video of me doing it with all of them. I just basically just did it with just one, just so you guys can see it. But that's what I did. I basically just set it down, let it cool down, and that is how we got our flower vase.